Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live podcast, where I, Sunita, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday and talk about all things North Fork. First, the weather report. It is gray, it is rainy. Spring is on the calendar, technically, but somehow it's taking its sweet little time arriving. In between, we do get a day or two of yay summer and it's beautiful, and then days like today where it's gray, a little drizzly, but we're definitely looking forward to the weather warming up. Tracy's traveling for work, as many of you know. Her regular day job is event production, and I believe she's in San Francisco this week, producing an event, enjoying some sunshine. Speaking of events, we are so excited because, good morning, Penny.
Good morning.
Oh, you bring cheery sunshine to our day.
We have to forget that it's gray outside. We have sunshine inside. It's all perfect.
I mean, today I was standing in front of my closet and I was thinking, what am I wearing? What am I wearing? And this just jumped out at me because allegedly this is what I need to wear today.
I went with pink. I'm like, I have to find something
But
cheery.
you
So
have
yes.
you have this beautiful green backdrop behind you. So that's
Yes,
lovely.
thank you. It's the new paint in one of the rooms, so thank you.
Anyway, I was just talking about Tracy and her day job in events, and we are so excited at NOFO Live with all the events that we've been sort of, because we are always on Instagram talking on camera with everybody, which we love, but we kind of miss or crave more of the interaction.
Of course.
So we jumped in with Mahjong, which, is the craze. I know you and I are friends in real life, so obviously we hang out and our crew has been doing that. So
Me too.
we've been doing a couple of those, and so many people want to learn it.
It was so much fun. It was great to see new people there and the enthusiasm and excitement in the room. It was really great.
Well, and it
And I
hasn't
just
dampened. We have
I
another
just
one
have to
coming up.
tell all you newbies to not be afraid to come because I've been playing for a few years now and I still consider myself a newbie. So come and join and just have fun. We have fun.
Yeah, and I mean, and we had a lot of people that had no idea what mahjong is. I
I
mean, or at
know.
least that it's even with tiles, which is where
Mhm.
we started.
Yep.
And then there are others that have some idea, but then there were those that are like bam, bam, crack, crack, like really, really fast. But it was great because one of the tables was like I would call an expert table, and one of the women that end up sitting there was kind of like an intermediate. But I feel like it helps you up your game when you're
Does.
playing. So I think it was good on all aspects, and
It was.
and
It was fun.
yeah, and as much as we are loving the mahjong, oh my God, we're insanely crazy excited about our Bollywood night. I know you were there last year, so
Oh,
your
let me
thoughts,
just
because they've
put my
heard my thoughts already.
let me put my 2 cents in. You have all I could say is all I could say is there's always tons I could say. First of all, you need to go no matter what. What shocked me last year, and you don't have to do this, was the amount of people who came dressed. So dress for fun, wild colors, wear comfortable shoes because there's a lot of dancing. And I'm
Well,
not a
you can kick off.
dancer.
You can kick off your shoes.
You could kick off your shoes. It was so much fun. The food was great. The music, the DJ, you just have to go.
And again, this is the first time we did a theme last year. So when we were talking about the theme this year, we were kind of going back and forth because since last year when we had the party, and Steven's commenting he already has his ticket, yay, because they were there last year. Everybody has been sort of asking us to do it every month or a couple of times a year,
You
and
have to.
I'm like, yes, Tracy's day job is event planning, but that's not really what we do here on the
And
North
it
Fork,
was
right?
so beautiful and gorgeous. The room, everything's decorated, and you have a new venue I'm excited for.
Yes, we us, we like to
I
spread
do.
our love all over the North Fork, right?
Yep.
So, and also for our own entertainment, we don't want to keep doing the same thing
Agreed.
every year. So to us, so we actually took a poll and asked people because we had a couple of theme ideas, and overwhelmingly everybody wanted a Bollywood night. So here we are. We're excited. RGNY is such a gorgeous venue. We can't
Beautiful.
wait. And then obviously, if you were there, and even if you weren't, everybody on the North Fork heard about the dessert table with that powerhouse duo of Ursula from 𝗏𝗏 and Christina from Treatery. And so this year we just jumped all in and they're doing the food as well as the dessert. I mean, it's going to be
And let's just
insane.
say, for those of us who have some food issues,
Mhm.
there was vegan, gluten-free. I was like, my eyes were popping out of my head that there was stuff there that I could eat. So don't let that stop you from coming.
It was a beautiful day. Okay, I
Yes.
do want to jump into slow food.
Okay. But, I'm like
the-
these poor people who signed on today because we could just go off and chat and this and that. And welcome to the part of our lives that this is off screen. This is how we are.
but these are all parts of our life, right? I used to be on the board with you at Slow Foodies 10. So,
Correct.
there it really is 2 degrees of separation on the North Fork. So
Mhm.
for maybe the two people on the North Fork that don't know who you are and what slow food is, let's go with your elevator pitch.
Okay, so my name is Penny Schwartz. I am the chair of Slow Foodies Den. Slow Food is an international organization started in the late 80s in response to, and I always use my hands when I say this, in response to fast food coming to the Spanish Steps in Rome. The Italians were like, no, we don't do fast food, we do slow food. Out of that came an international organization. We are in 100 countries. We have about 80 chapters in the US. East End has always been one of the largest chapters. The overarching philosophy of slow food everywhere is good, clean, and fair food for all.
And what does that mean?
What does that boil down to? Everybody deserves to eat, and everybody deserves to eat good food. And people within that food chain, whether you're growing the food, whether you have a restaurant where you're buying the food, whether you're serving the food, everybody deserves good, clean, and fair practices. So that's what we have been dedicated to over 20 years. We had, and I'll say in the past, the largest school garden in the United States. We know things changed with COVID, and we had to change with that. During COVID, we started a program called Flour Power, where we baked hundreds of breads every other week to donate to food pantries to help people eat. So we're always looking for ways to enrich the community with food.
Okay, I'm going to come back to Flower Power, but
Okay.
one of the most popular programs, or one of the programs that people are most aware of, especially in Europe, because it does actually impact restaurants, is the Snail of Approval program.
Oh, yes.
Right? Where based on whatever criteria aligns with the
Correct.
slow food principles. So can you talk a little bit about because I know you guys have expanded the
We
Snail
have.
of Approval program beyond restaurants. So
We
can you
have.
talk a little bit about that program?
100%. So again, it does hinge on that good, clean, and fair, but then we get a little deeper, whether it's farming practices, whether it's restaurants, the products they use, the people who support them. So we started with restaurants, and just to step back, this is an international organization. So it's interesting. The first time Paul and I went to Italy, first and only time so far, was about 6, 7 years ago. You just walk around Rome and you see snails in the windows of restaurants. That's what the award looks like. It's a snail. So we went from restaurants to farms to vineyards to hospitals. We PBMC. And that has really spread nationally to start to recognize all different parts of the food chain that practice good, clean, and fair.
Yeah, and just to clarify, it isn't necessarily a food tasting criteria in that the food
100%
needs to
it's
be
not.
good. Obviously, that bar is just
Of
expected,
course.
but it's also about fair wages to the
Yes.
people and
Correct.
to the employees in the restaurant, right?
To the cleaning materials they use in the restaurant, to the to-go containers. And there's been a huge shift in that all over. In the forks, we see it, but everywhere people are becoming more conscious of food habits.
So when you're giving the snail of approval stamp,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Then somebody that sees that, and I know now you guys have these really big plaques that are sitting outside farm stand. So as someone's driving by, you see the snail, then you know that you can comfortably walk in there,
100%.
and you know that it is backed by the snail of approval from
Correct.
Slow Food East End.
Correct. And the practices that they use go along with that, how they farm. And it doesn't necessarily, I being a gardener slash farmer myself a little bit. You don't have to have that organic certification necessarily to be organic. Because to go through that, it's a huge expense. It's years and years of work. But I'm going to take one of our snail of approvals is Deep Root's unbelievable farming practices. Proud that they're one of our SOAs. And when you see that, even though it doesn't say certified organic, their principles and how they farm is impeccable.
And you mentioned the Flower Power program. I know that's near and dear to your heart because
It
you
is.
sort of gave birth to that.
I
So
did.
can you talk a little bit about how that program started out and how
Yes,
it
and we could talk
lasted through
about
COVID?
how it's morphed. During COVID, people were looking for a way to help. And we have such a generous community out on both forks that, if there's a need, people are willing to write a check and help. And that's great. But people also wanted to get their hands dirty. And what a better way I thought was to do it in bread. So through one of our board members at the time, 𝗣𝗲𝗍𝗍, who was in the baking industry, we created a recipe that was wholesome, shelf stable, and it made 4 loaves. So we signed up bakers who got the recipe, who baked 4 loaves, and every other week we were doing drop-offs all across the forks. And, it started slow, and then we were at hundreds and hundreds of loaves. Like anything, things have a little bit of a time. People were willing to do that during COVID a
Well,
lot
they
when
had the time.
they
Everybody was
had the
home,
time.
everybody was baking, and also it limited what else you could do. So
Correct.
everything sort of at Slow Food got funneled into, being able to
100%.
do what you could.
Correct. So people were home. Now they're not home so much, but the program continues. And what we do is targeted bakes. We work a lot with CAST. Now their summertime program is coming where they're, first of all, kids are not in school where they get meals, but CAST does supply a lot. But we'll bake a few times over the summer for their summer program. We did a big Thanksgiving bake. I think we baked like 200 or 300 breads we dropped off. So there's always something going on with Flower Power. It's never too late to join up to become a baker. You can go to our website, slowfoodeastend.org, become a baker, and also learn about a lot of the other stuff that we're doing.
Okay, so now you've kind of taken this baking concept and this idea and jumped all into this event that you're having tomorrow. Is it tomorrow, right?
It
Saturday?
is
Okay.
tomorrow.
So I love, first of all, I love the name. So
Okay, I
tell
can't
us
take
what.
credit for that. So I'm on I get Instagram, whatever. I guess I follow Slow Food Rhode Island, and they posted this concept that someone's doing, and it's called Ice Cakes, Not People. Clever. If you get it, sit with it for a minute, and then you go, I get it. And so what it is, and now it's national. So all month, there have been community bake sales, and we decided to do it, and we are donating 100% all the proceeds to 𝗔𝗲𝗏, Organization for Latino Americans Living Here. What they do is support this community via advocacy and legal support. I wrote it down so I didn't forget. Crisis help, health issues in that community. And we all know, we just have to look at the news, even our Suffolk Times, to see what's happening to our neighbors and in our community. So we thought, what could we do to help? And what a better way than through food. So tomorrow is the big day. We're having a bake sale in Greenport from 11 to 2. It's coinciding with the No Kings event. So we figured there's going to be a lot of buzz and a lot of people in town. And when that's all over, come into town. So we're having it at the Hold Fast Stay True Studio. You
Which
won't
is the
want it.
new, which is a space owned by Little Creek Oysters, right?
Correct. And
I
thank
guess it's
you.
Main Street. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 216 Main Street. It's by Pips Cafe, who are lovely and they're baking too. So
So it's
it's
in that little stretch between on the corner with
Bruce's, between Bruce's
Bruce's
and
and
Pips.
okay.
And
So
Pips.
now we talked about a little bit about the baking community that you already have at Slow Food. So
Correct.
obviously a lot of them will jump in and be baking stuff, but you have opened this not just to home bakers, but to anybody that wanted to donate and participate. So tell us what people can expect in terms
Well,
of
so I
offerings
mean,
tomorrow.
well, first of all, we have something for every dietary need. We have gluten-free, vegan, dairy-free, egg-free, and then full of everything else.
Well, and not for nothing else, given that it's 2026, it is so important
It
because
is.
immediately when you think bake sale, right, my
Mm-hmm.
mind flashes back to three kids in school, cookies, muffins,
Oh,
sugar coma, right?
yes,
And there's a space for that, and it's delicious.
it,
But
it's,
now everybody's
it's
kind of dialed back and be like,
correct.
what can we put into our bodies and coming from slow food that's healthy,
100%.
delicious, and celebratory?
So someone is making, I think it might be, I don't remember now. I'm having Someone is making a dozen sourdough breads. I made like, I don't know, a half a dozen gluten-free vegan sourdough breads. I made gluten-free, dairy-free, lemon, blueberry breads. So there's everything. Now, Pip's Corner next to us is bringing. Noah's is donating. If you've ever had his key lime pie, it's
Oh my
amazing.
God.
I know,
That's
right?
my husband's favorite. So
I know.
that's
So
definitely
we
coming
have
home.
key lime pies. We have cakes, brownies, cupcakes, cookies,
And
loaf breads,
savory items you had
and
mentioned.
savory. Okay, so thank you. So good foods. I hope you all go there. Luch is wonderful. Donated 6 dozen vegetarian empanadas. Don't buy eggs anywhere this weekend. Come to us because Deep Roots donated, besides baking, and we love Michelle. She's coming to help. 30 dozen eggs.
Wow.
So I know, right? So there's everything. Besides, it's going to be fun, just singing and chatting, and it's going to be a really lovely, lovely event. So, and thank you. We have people who volunteered, some of our board. Regan Batuello and Cheryl Snyder from the agency. They're good friends of ours and they're sponsors for the next event I will tell you about, but they're coming to help. So it's community. That's what we are out here. You just call somebody and they're like, sure, I can come, I'll help. So it's great.
And I love the diversity of the items and the number
Correct.
of and the different, like I said, like you said, large bakeries are participating,
Yep.
home bakers, and of course there'll be plenty of cookies and muffins and
Of
cakes
course.
and
And
whatever it is,
brownies and cupcakes. Yep.
I'm very excited about it. Okay, so that event is tomorrow, Saturday, March 28th,
Yes, from
11 to
11 to
2
2.
in Greenport on Main Street. You can't miss it. You walk around, you turn the corner by Front and Main, and you'll see the
Yes.
studio.
And now, if you're listening to this and you're like, boy, I bake, I would love to bake, you have two options. You can bake. I'll be there today from 4 to 6, accepting donations. And if you can't get it together and you still want to bake, just bring it a little early tomorrow morning.
So
And
wait, I have a question now. Do they need to wrap it? Do they need to price it? Like if they bake,
we
what's
have
the thing?
everything. We have everything priced.
Okay, so we just bring it, drop it off.
Bring it and drop it off. If you're making like cookies and they're small, we're packaging like 3 or 4 to a bag. If you want to do that ahead of time, you can. If not, we have supplies and we'll take care of it there. So by all means, if you want to wrap, you could bring it that way or bring it loose and we'll take care of it. And we have like just everything is priced out.
So they can drop off tonight for those who are already prepared.
From
But for
4 to
someone who's
6, 4.
someone who's hearing this today and
Yeah,
wants to participate, can they bring it tomorrow?
they can. If they could bring it a little early, but whatever, we'll just put it out. I'm sure we're going to have a lot. And of course, because we don't believe in waste, if we do have leftovers, Monday morning we'll bring it to cast.
That's awesome. That's
Yep.
awesome. I mean,
Yes.
that is
No
just
leftover, no waste here. Everyone is going to benefit. So.
perfect. So either it's going directly towards fundraising for
Correct.
Ola, or it's getting used in the community by people who need it. So
Yeah.
you can't go wrong one way or the other.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's so awesome. I'm glad you wrapped that with that. So now I want to jump into, because I think the show is all about events today. I want to jump into another event that you guys have, which is an annual event, which is an Earth Day celebration.
It is. And this is our 5th annual Earth Day. It's just like anything. You know, when you start to roll a ball down a hill, it may start small, but by the time it gets to the ends of the hill or the mountain, it's huge. That's what Earth Day has become. So this is our 5th annual Earth Day. We hold it at Golden Acres Farm in Jamesport. If you haven't been, it's a
They're
really,
amazing. They are
it's a
incredible
special
people.
place. Incredible. I mean, working with them, Just and Kelly and Jamie, has taken like a level of stress off of what we have to do there. So it's April 18th, range 8th and 19th, from 1 to 4. You don't have to sign up. Everything is free. Come, bring the family. Okay, so it's a family event. Let me explain to you how this event works. We have a lot of vendors who are earth conscious and earth friendly in what they sell, and a lot of people just talking about what they do as other nonprofits. There's a platform for that as well. We have great food from Lombardi, so you can come and sit and
Oh my God, Lauren Lombardi, that is a reason alone to show up.
I know. So
I feel in my personal life, any place that Lauren Lombardi food is going to be present, I'm grateful and lucky enough to be there. And I always send her a message or a picture after going, aha, I got to eat it again. You know?
But not only her food, her presentation is unbelievable.
Because you eat with your eyes first.
Correct. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
So we have her foods, sandwiches, salads. For those of you who are inclined, we have cocktails from Joe Coleman's Double Speak.
You're name dropping the best.
I am name dropping. Wait till I get some music. So he has cocktails. We'll be selling wine from the 𝗘𝗀𝗙 Initiative, which is a group of vineyards who are trying to push and make 𝗘𝗀𝗙 the official wine of New York State.
Yeah, the New York grape, yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's a great grape. And then we have Wolfer doing tastings. Okay. We have.
My God. Can we spend a minute on those gorgeous bottles?
Yeah. Sunita and I are always like, did you get this bottle? Did you save this bottle?
For many years, as you know, I used to save all of those bottles.
I know.
And I would serve water in them, and just
Correct.
putting water in those bottles.
Each year, they're so beautiful. I put those little twinkle lights in them and put them out. They're beautiful. Music by Julia King.
Okay.
I mean, okay, have we not hit on it all? But let's talk about what there is for kids. This is awesome. The aquarium is coming. I know. And they're bringing a touch tank. So get your hands wet and dirty in the touch tank. We have farm tours going on. We're going to have a family scavenger hunt. And we have educational workshops, which are all lined up, but don't ask me what they are, because that's not my committee. I will find
there's a couple of panels, and I know because my co-host Tracy will be moderating one of them.
Oh, so there you go.
Last year there were a couple of educational panels as well.
There are.
One of them, the one that Tracy will be moderating, and that's the reason why I know about it, is about powerful women on the East End that are doing, food forward, but something related like pioneers and that. So I know that will be one panel.
Well, this is the International Year of the Women, and we really want to spend this year in slow food, totally off subject, but yes, highlighting our women farmers. Because it's so amazing, the women who farm. Statistically, we have more women farmers in Suffolk County than anywhere in the state of New York.
Wow. Okay, and given that it is a farm, will anything be at the farm stand by then? Because obviously Golden Acres is one of those local farms that only sells what they grow.
Yeah, the farm store will be open. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of everything for everyone. So this is my collective ask for all of you. No rain, no rain, no rain. Everyone, if we just focus and attract
is there a rain date?
It's the next day.
Okay.
The 19th.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll just like put it out there, no rain, and we're going to have a fabulous day like we did last year. And there'll
And
be
you
merch.
mentioned a whole bunch of vendors, earth
Whole bunch
friendly.
of beautiful vendors, honey, herbs, food, all different.
I'm assuming plants and seedlings and all, because I mean, we were there last
So
year and there was a lot of those
we are
options as
working
well.
on that. Yep, hopefully, yes. So things are still coming in. If you're interested as a vendor, I'm going to say it again, slowfoodieastend.org. Go to the top bar, events, drag down, go to Earth Day, and it'll take you through how you become a vendor or a sponsor. So again, I want to thank the agency for being a sponsor. We have a lot of sponsorships coming in. We'd like it within the next week or so. Same with vendors, because now is the time we print up our material so we can get you on all the posters and things that we bring out and media exposure. So we are looking for vendors, sponsors, donors, volunteers. We need volunteers. So if you could come and help for a few hours, again, there's something on there, please let us know. And if you have any questions, slowfoodieastend@gmail.com, and I'll get right back to you.
And I believe last year, and maybe it's also a great way for high schoolers to get involved and get the
100%.
younger
Yep. That's
generation
what we're
involved.
working on. Mm-hmm.
Because I
Yep.
believe there were a whole bunch of those. So if anybody who's younger or whose kids are looking for community service hours,
Or
for
any
example, that
teacher
would
or
be.
any administrator who's listening right now, please reach out and we will make that happen. But
That is so exciting.
there's a lot of lifting that needs to be done. And at the same time, have fun. All our volunteers, we bring in pizza for you. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
Well, like you said, snowballed. I mean, like I said, I've been involved with slow food for a while now, and
You
I feel
have
like
been.
every year it just
That's
keeps getting
really
better and better and better.
so. Can I tell them how we met?
Sure.
Okay. So, my son used to own 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and I am sitting around in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and oh, let me back up for a second. My daughter-in-law is named Sunita. So when I'm sitting there, my son says to me, "Oh, Mom, let me introduce you to your other daughter-in-law." I'm like, "What?" And Sunita comes over and we chatted, and then we just started like Instagramming a little bit, and then I invited over
But
for.
you missed an important detail.
Okay.
I was wearing the Dandelion Festival
Oh, that's right.
T-shirt
That's right. That's right. Mhm.
from KK's Farm. And
Exactly.
your eyes
So we
went,
knew
"Ooh,
we were
that's my
kindred.
people."
We were kindred spirits. And then I invited her over and I'm telling her about slow food and how I'm looking for someone to do that. And she goes, "I could do that." And there you go. And we've been pretty close and inseparable ever since. So
Well,
it's all
you
good.
have such an infectious energy, and nobody can say no to you.
Oh, I
And
like that.
which is
Okay.
why,
Except for my
not
family, but that's another story.
well, I
So
should reframe that. It's not that nobody can say no to you. Nobody wants to say no to you
thank you.
because you inspire so
Oh,
much energy, which is why you have such an amazing board around you that you've gathered this year.
I'm so happy and delighted that everybody's just pitching in and making a difference. Yeah,
And
it's
this
good.
is just the
Thank you.
start of the year, and you already have, I know you guys had a potluck planned for the beginning of the year, but then the
Oh, we had
weather,
so the
given the way the
best
weather is, it never
July.
cooperated.
In July, the potluck is going to be at Bridge Gardens. And
Awesome.
if you haven't been, it's an amazing venue. We get a private tour from Rick, who's the farmer. It's a Peconic Land Trust property, whatever you want to say. That is so much fun. You have to come to that and just, sign up for our newsletter, become a member, know all about what we're doing. I like to think we do make a difference on the East End.
And you mentioned Bridge Gardens, and that's on the South Fork, right? And I
Correct.
wanted to just remind everybody that your territory or area that Slow Food East End covers is Riverhead on East on both
Correct.
forks, right?
On
So
both
Riverhead
forks.
to Orient and all the way to
Correct.
Matituck. So there's a lot of
Yep.
events and
Exactly.
partners
On
that you
both
have on the South
sides.
Fork as well.
Correct. Yep.
Oh my God, we could continue chatting for an hour,
We could,
but
and
I
we probably
definitely don't
will.
want to. I definitely don't want to let you go without hopping you into a rapid fire no for live
Okay,
fire.
go, go, go.
Are you ready?
I'm
Okay.
ready.
First of all, am I ready? Because this is Tracy. Tracy does this, and today, since
You got this.
Okay, if you were taking Tracy, me, and you out for breakfast, lunch, or dinner,
Mm.
where would we go, and what
Mm.
would we eat?
Oh my God! That's.
Outside of the obvious, though. But I mean,
I would
state
have
the
to.
obvious. State the
I would
obvious.
have to say we would go to Noah's. I'm a little prejudiced there. And what I eat is the tofu skewers because that's my favorite. But everything there is fabulous.
That's not just your favorite. You order so many things
I
there.
do. And you know what? Because he's my son and because I'm vegan, there's always tons of vegan things on the menu and he'll change everything around. So that's always my top choice.
Well, you're picking him because he's your son, but
I
he's a deserving pick because the
thank
food
you.
there is delicious. And the fact that he is one of the few restaurants that has survived in
He is
Greenport for,
16
I can't even
years.
count 16 years. I mean, that
16
is a feat
years.
in and
Yeah,
of itself and
it
a true
is.
testament to the food stands the test of time.
It is.
And it's
Thank
just,
you.
everything there is amazing. So
Thank you.
it's
All
a
right,
good
rapid
choice.
fire, go.
Rapid fire. Okay. Cocktail, mocktail, brewery, vineyard. What do you enjoy and where?
I'd say it's cocktail or a vineyard. I like 𝗙𝗫𝗄𝗃 because I love their wine.
Again, are they a snail of approval winner? Or are they I mean, I know they were partners with Slow Food because Gabriella, did a
You know
lot of,
what? That's a question. I think they are, but I can't answer. But I think
okay.
they are.
But they
Um,
certainly could be and
they
should
should
be
because
because they very much align. Yes.
their farming practices are unbelievable. So let's stick with wine at 𝗙𝗫𝗄𝗃.
Okay. Sounds good. You said cocktail too, so I was curious to
I do
hear about
cocktail. Really, I don't know anywhere I go.
what would you drink?
I would. Okay, so I love. Oh my gosh, why can't?
Because I like drinks in pretty glasses. So for me, it's always a Cosmo. And I don't know how they have to remove so much alcohol for me because I basically just want a pink
All right,
Cupid.
so let me just say, I discovered that at Noah's, I could get a decaf espresso martini. So that's what I'm in for.
Ooh.
I know, right? So
Ooh.
I could have one at night. Yep.
Okay. This one's going to be a tough one for you.
Okay.
Farm stands. And the reason I know it's going to be tough for you is because you have a farm stand in your backyard, or I should say you have a garden in your backyard. So you are one of those people on the North Fork that really grow your own food.
I do, but I first of all, I mean, my most perfect day is going out and hitting up all the farm stands. So of course, Golden Acres. I'd say Golden Acres, KK's, and Deep Roots. Because I can't pick one.
Well, you don't have to pick one.
Yeah. So those
There's
are
so
my three
many, and that's why I
favorites.
said it's going to be tough because I know you cook a lot
Sangling.
at
Yeah.
home, right? So
Mhm.
you buy a lot of produce, but you also grow a lot. So for you, it's like I
I
mean,
love it all.
one of my favorite things about eating at your house when you cook is when you serve the salad or whatever you serve. It's always, oh, the peas are from the garden, oh, the arugula from the garden. Like literally the whole bowl, you went out and just picked everything. I
And the
know.
arugula is coming back up, so we're ready.
Arugula, asparagus. I mean,
Yeah.
you're and you're so generous and open about including people to come wander through your garden and take a look at the way you grow because I know
Always.
you
If anybody
follow
wants a tour, let
permaculture.
me know. I'm happy to
Yeah,
do
not to put it
tours.
out there for the whole North Fork, but I know that you are
Yeah,
very
yeah,
open and sharing.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, sunrise, sunset. Do you have a spot? And what do you catch? What would you like to catch?
Okay. Sunset at your house. That's it. That's it, number one.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but you can't beat it. So there's
I
that.
cannot. I cannot. So there you go. Sunset at your house.
And I have so much gratitude for being able to just see that because even though all of us live 5 minutes away from the water, right? It still is a moment in your day where you have to get up, get in a car, go someplace if you do want to catch it, right? So I have to give a daily silent prayer of gratitude to be able to just see it from my
Mhm.
window, from my deck, or which is amazing. So thank you for reminding me of how
It
special that
is.
is to
I
you.
love it.
Um, Everybody on the North Fork, I think, is aware of who you are and how much you bring to the community. But
Oh.
what do you love about being a part of the North Fork community?
We've been out here a really long time. A really long time. We bought in '01, and we didn't move out here full time till like 13. So when we first moved out here, I said to my husband, as much as I love all the servers at Noah's and the people who pour wine where we would go, we need to find our peeps. And I didn't think at my age, coming out here to a new place, I could find such an intense community and friendships that I have. And I think that's what makes this area so special. You know, you sit at a restaurant and someone's sitting at the next table and you chat with them and all of a sudden they move their table over and let's meet for dinner next week. It's that easy.
Well, you're talking about our story now again.
I know, but people are so easy and open. So I really love that. And then the next level is people are willing to pitch in and give of their abundance, whether it's vegetables from their farm, whether it's money or their time. That's
Yeah,
what I
and
think
speaking of
about the
restaurants
community.
and friendships, I see Marissa from Main Road Biscuit
I
Company
see
commenting.
my garden is
Um,
obscene, but yes.
but she was also involved with Slow Foodies Stand on the
And
Board for
she still
several
is
years.
very active in helping us.
And again, another example of how partnerships work. And again,
Correct.
her restaurant is one of the restaurants where you would find yourself sitting at a table
Yep.
and forming a community.
100%.
So it's a beautiful reminder of how the North Fork works together as a
It
group.
does. It's wonderful. It is.
Okay, so just to recap, the two events for Slow Food that are coming up. One is tomorrow,
Yep.
March 28th, from 11 onwards, a bake sale called Ice Cakes,
11 to
Not
2. Yep.
People.
Ice
11 to
cakes.
2,
Yep.
Ice Cakes, Not People, on
Correct.
Main Road in Greenport.
Yep.
And then April 18th at 𝗲𝗏𝗃 Farm in Jamesport, Earth
Right.
Day celebration, which is 2 onwards. What time is that?
1 to 4. And
1
again,
to
like I
4.
keep saying, go to the website or like us on social media, follow us. You'll get all that info.
Well, this was so fun. Thank you, Penny, for
Yeah.
being on. You know I love you.
You
And
know I love you. It's
this
wonderful
felt like
having
so much
coffee or
fun.
tea with you this morning.
Okay, so we're going to hang up and continue our chit chat after the show.
You got it. And I'll see you later too. So there you go.
Okay, and also if we still do have seats for mahjong, I will say they are sort of selling out because we do want to be able to give a little bit individualized attention. So if you are looking to jump into
Should
learning
go.
for mahjong, or if you already play mahjong and you want to gather your crew and just come and have a table, the Shoals is such a beautiful venue to be able to sit there and look out at the water, and they'll have coffee and nibbles. So that is April 9th from 4 to 6, I think.
Oh,
Something, or
do
maybe
it
2 to
later.
4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look exactly what time
Okay.
it was, but it is April 9th, so I'll put the link on.
Yep.
And we'll see you at one of these events.
I hope to see you this weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you, everybody. Have a
Thanks,
good weekend.
everybody. I
Bye.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye.